Technology. It is the use of scientific knowledge to give an easier solution to problems within the society or specific individual. By the word scientific knowledge, it is gained from intensive process of data collection and experimentation. So, hindi mabubuo si technology kung walang research. Si technology daw ay nagagamit para mapadali ang pagbuo ng solusyon sa mga problema sa society at sa personal problems. Invention, the creation of the product, processes, or techniques which do not exist before. Dito sa invention, siya daw yung paggawa ng product na hindi pa nakikita or nag-exist. Innovation, the process of modifying invention to improve it or make it better. In short, invention and innovation are related but not identical. Di ba nga kasi si invention, siya yung paggawa mo ng product na hindi pa nag-exist. So, yung product na yun, pag in-upgrade mo siya, ginawa mo siyang mas better, in-improve mo, kumbaga. Doon pa lang papasok yung tinatawag na innovation. So, si invention and innovation nga is related sila, pero hindi sila pareho. Customer pain points. A pain point is a specific problem that prospective customer of your business are experiencing. In other words, you can think of pain points as problems. So, si customer pain point, siya yung problems na na-experience ng customer. Solution, a means of solving a problem or dealing with a difficult situation. Si solution naman, siya yung tugon dun sa mga problems na na-experience ni customer. Dito sa picture, isipin nyo na si marketer yung nasa right side, tapos si customer naman yung nasa left side. Sinabi ni customer na, I need to stop my knee from bleeding. So si marketer, nakaisip siya ng solusyon na kailangan niya na bandage para maibenta niya dun sa customer and matugunan yung problem ni customer sa pagdudugo ng tuhod niya. Tapos naman yung isa, sabi ni customer, I need to make a hole. So nakaisip si marketer na kailangan niya ng drill bit para maibenta kay customer and matugunan yung problem na kailangan niyang gumawa ng butas. So, kailangan talaga si marketer is malawak yung isip niya sa pagbuo ng solution sa mga problem ng mga customer.
Pain point versus solution. Even so, the treatment would involve using the bandage that tightly seal the wound to stop the bleeding. It would be a type of bandage that attached to skin even when it is damp from perspiration. Other option, for which remedy in medical adhesive, which can instantly help the bleeding. The solution must really address the customer's pain point. This is crucial. Instead of focusing on the goods, marketing should address how to relieve that customer's misery. Product development and marketing often overlooking client needs and pain point, leading to a problem where features are overshadowed. To effectively address these issues, remedies should be developed, such as halting bleeding quickly and effectively in challenging situations. Innovation comes from understanding true pain point. There is still a very significant lesson to be learned from the might of Henry Ford stated, "If had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." They remarked it is about identifying the underlying issues that clients have, not about dismissing their comments. The pain point in this sentence is not related to the cars or horses. People needs to move faster and efficiently from one location to another. It's the pain point. However, some believes that quicker horses are the only way to address this. Business often overlooking customer pain points, focusing on the product promotion instead. Shifting focus to alleviate this point, enhance communication and innovation, building trust, fostering connection, and demonstrating genuine understanding of customer needs. Identifying pain points. Customer can feel faint in the range of way, but frequently they are helpless to articulate the true nature of the stress. Therefore, they request a resolution. Innovation requires addressing the truth pain point, not just a surface level customer request. Ford quote highlights that faster, more efficient travel in the trail needs and innovators must go beyond customer requests to create effective solutions. Your approach to innovation profoundly change if you are aware to underlying pain points that your clients have to deal with. Your communication is styled with your urgency. Instead of selling a solution, highly how it's make the problem easier to solve. You connect with them, you build trust with them because you understand them. Customers often express their needs through solution, not underlying pain points. To understand their pains as open-ended question. From instead of customers' pain point might be a whole, not a drill bit, allowing for the best solution.
Customer is the person who pays the price and purchases the goods or services of a certain producer or a business. Therefore, the customer is not essentially the end users as well. The customer may pay the price and buy the products and give them to a different person who then becomes the end user of them. Ang mga consumer, yung mga tao na o kaya organisasyon na gumagamit ng mga serbisyo o kaya produkto, katulad ng mga shampoo, ganun, toothpaste, yung mga binabayaran nila, yung mga kumukonsumo talaga. End users is the person who consumes or uses the goods or services. The customer can be the end user as well. However, not in all cases. Nonetheless, it is the end user who will know the genuine quality and nature of the product or the service since it is the end user who consumes it. Ang end user o huling mga gumagamit, yung mga organisasyon o kaya tao na gumagamit ng mga serbisyo na yung mga nakadesenyo talaga para sa kanila. Katulad ng sa cellphone, yung mga nagda-download ng mga apps sa mga cellphone nila. Yun, ganun. Mga nakadesenyo talaga para dun. What is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is a party that has an interest in a company and can either affect or be affected by the business. Ang stakeholder, yung mga tao, isang grupo na may interes sa mga gawain ng isang organisasyon. Maaari din sila makaapekto sa mga aktibidad ng isang kumpanya. Ito naman yung mga examples ng kung paano yun, yung sa customer tsaka sa mga end users. Sa products, yung diapers, yung sa customer, parents, sa yung mga end users, yung mga babies. Products, ventilator, customer, mga hospital, yung mga end users, mga patients. Product and services, business softwares, ang customer, company, yung end user, employee, yung engagement ring, yung customer, the boy, end user, the girl, yung car, yung customer, yung owner, ang end user, yung owner din. Sa dog food naman, yung customer, yung mga dog owner. Tapos yung mga end user, yung mga alagang aso. So, ito naman yung type ng mga stakeholders. Sa internal stakeholders, yung employees, manager, owners. Sa external stakeholders naman, yung society, government, creditors, tsaka yung mga shareholders. Yung suppliers tsaka customers, parang nasa in-between sila ng pagitan ng dalawa sa isang company.
Customer segments. Meron tayo ditong mass markets. Mass markets ay products and services which target the mass market segments, have a broad appeal, and often cover the overall population. For example, meron tayong billboard, ads sa may YouTube para ma-promote yung ating binibenta. The mass market approach doesn't rely on any specific segmentation and instead aims to be efficient by treating everyone the same. In reality, there are very few companies that do this. Most companies apply some level of segmentation. Ano ba ang mass market? Mass market ay, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, pwede kayong gumamit ng billboards, yung pinaka-basic niya, billboards. Kung online naman, pwede kayong gumamit ng ads or kahit anong online platform na makikilala yung product nyo. For example, meron akong tindang sabon. Gusto kong mapalawak yung pagbenta ng sabon ko. So anong gagawin ko kung di ko siya madali kung one by one sa may face to face? Gagamit ako naman ng mass market sa pamamagitan nito. Mas maraming makakita ng aking products by online or by billboard. What is an influencer? An influencer is someone who has the power to affect the purchasing decision of others because of their authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with their audiences. Influencer, sinasabi dito na influencer marketing is a dynamic strategy where brands collaborate with individuals who have a significant online following to promote products or services. Yun nga, base dito, as a influencer, halimbawa, ako influencer, may ipapapromote ka sa akin sabon. Pwede kong i-promote yun by collaboration. Ngayon, gagawin mo, sasabihin mo sa akin, bro, pwede bang i-promote mo tong sabon ko para mas marami ang tumangkilik? As a influencer, tatanggapin ko yun. Ang tawag doon is collaboration. Ipopromote ko yung sabon mo para mas maraming taong makakita ng product mo at mas maraming bumili nito. Ano bang customer segments? Customer segments are the different groups of people or organization your enterprise aims to reach and serve. This includes users who might not generate revenues but which are necessary for the business model to work. Meron din tayong segment market. Market segmentation, a marketing term that refers to aggregating prospective buyers into groups or segments with common needs and who respond similarly to a market action. Dito is diversified market. Ano nga bang diversified market? Diversified market ay ang pagdagdag ng produkto sa ating market nang sa gayon ay maraming taong tumangkilik dito. Kumbaga, mas lumaki yung kumpanya natin. Kung halimbawa is kotse. Na ngayon, nag-sold out na yung isang kotseng nilabas ko. Anong gagawin ko para mas lumaki yung aking kumpanya? Lalabas ko ba ulit yung dating kotse? O maglalabas ako ng iba na mas maganda at mas sa tingin ko is mas bibili ng mga tao? Siyempre, doon tayo sa magdadagdag. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina is nagsisik ito ng growth ng kumpanya. Para sa gayon ay maraming pagpipilian ng mga mamimili sa ating market na binibenta. Multi-sided market. Ano nga ba to? Multi-sided markets are the link of two or more distinct but interdependent group of customer. Kumbaga, pwede natin itong sabihin na pag-connecta ng buyers and sellers directly through online. Pwede natin gamitin example is Amazon, eBay. Kung sa Pilipinas naman, pwede tayong dumirekta sa Shopee, Lazada, or kahit anumang online shopping natin sa Pilipinas. Tinatawag din natin itong multi-sided marketing strategy.
Market segmentation. Market segmentation is a process of breaking of customer or business market into relevant subgroup of present or potential customer. Ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin nito? Dito hinahati-hati ang tao. Kunyari, sa baby, kung isang lugar ay madaming baby, maaaring kang magtinda mga diaper, dede o gatas. Kung ang lugar naman ay madaming kabataan, maaari kang magtayo ng computer shop. Kung ang lugar ay maraming tao, maaari kang magtayo ng mall o kaya ng restaurant. At kung ang lugar ay mayroon ding paaralan, maaari kang magtayo o magbenta ng mga school supply na kakailanganin o alam mo kikita kasi nandun yung target mo mismo. Doon mo makikita kung ano yung bebentahan mo at kung ano yung dapat mo ibenta.
Types of market segments: demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, behavioral segmentation, geographic segmentation. Demographic segmentation. This is one of the most popular and commonly used types of market segmentation. It refers to statistical data about a group of people. Examples are age, gender, annual income, source of income, occupation, education, ethnicity. Example, yung sa may mga kabataan, tinatarget nila yung mga kabataan gamit yung mga makabagong teknolohiya. Psychographic segmentation. Psychographic segmentation categorizes audiences and customers by factors that relate to their personalities and characteristics. Examples are personality, values, attitudes, interests, lifestyle, motivations, and proper priorities. Example naman dito, yung mga, kunwari, yung mga atleta, yung mga nag-exercise na mahilig, tinatarget nila yun, bibentahan nila yun ng mga pang fitness, yung mga pang exercise na mga gamit. Behavioral segmentation. While demographic and psychographic segmentation focus on who a customer is, yung behavioral segmentation focuses on how the customer acts on products. Examples are purchasing habits, spending habits, and brand interaction. Example, yung mga bumibili para lang sa mga promo, mas binibigyan nila yun ng mga discount tsaka promo para mas bumalik, para mas bumili pa ng bumili sa kanila. Geographic segmentation. Geographic segmentation is the simplest type of market segmentation. It categorizes customers based on geographic location. Examples are country, province, city, barangay, street, radius around a certain location, climate, and urban or rural. Example, yung mga sa isang lugar, tinatarget nila yung mga, kunyari sa malamig na lugar, nagtinda sila ng mga pangmalamig na kasuotan. Tapos sa mga summer location naman, nagtinda sila ng mga pang summer na kasuotan. Ganun.
Is it important for the customer to be informed first of the benefits they would get upon buying a products or services from an enterprise? Or no need for that since every buyer obviously knows the purpose of what they are buying? Based on my opinion, kailangan mo nang malaman ng customer kung ano yung benefits na makukuha nila sa pagbili ng product na yon. Kasi nga, bakit nila bibilin yung product na yun kung di sila masasatisfy? It's all about satisfaction. Kung ayaw mo ng product, hindi mo bibilin yun. Kung gusto mo, bibilin mo. A man who stop advertising to save money is like a man who stop the clock to save time. Alam natin na sa pagbuo ng business is napakahalaga ng advertising. Kasi isa yun sa nakakapagpalawak ng audience natin or yung nakakaalam ng business natin. Kung magtitipid ka sa pera na hindi ka gagawa ng advertising, hindi mo gagawin yung advertising, hindi mo mapapalago yung business mo. Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing but nobody else does. So yun nga, si advertising, siya yung nagpapalawak ng audience mo o yung nakakaalam ng business mo. Kung hindi ka mag-advertise, parang ikaw lang nakakaalam ng business mo dahil hindi makikita ng iba na nag-exist pala yung business mo. Business has only two functions, marketing and innovation. Si business daw may dalawang functions, si marketing. Si marketing, siya yung pagbebenta mo ng product. And tapos si innovation naman, siya yung pag-upgrade mo ng product. Hindi porkit na ibebenta mo na yung product mo, is titigil ka na doon. Dapat, habang tumatagal, pinapaganda mo yung quality at mas ini-improve mo. Make it simple, make it memorable, make it inviting to look at, make it fun to read. Kapag gagawa ka ng product, dapat is yung makamasa and tatatak sa isip ng mga tao. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. So, si internet kasi is napakalawak niya, napaka-powerful. Kaya, nakikita na ng mga tao na in the future, mabubuhay na tayo sa mundo na puro internet na yung ginagamit. Dito naman tayo sa the value proposition. A value proposition is a simple statement that summarizes why a customer would choose your product or service. It communicates the clearest benefit that customer receive by giving you their business. Dito sa value proposition, dito nakapaloob yung statement kung bakit dapat bilhin ng customer yung product or service mo at kung ano yung marireceive nilang benefit dito. A value proposition can be presented as a business or marketing statement that a company uses to summarize why a consumer should buy a product or use a service. Dito sa business value proposition, isa daw to sa pinaka-importanting element sa overall marketing mo. Kasi, dito mo masasabi kung bakit ikaw ang kailangang piliin nila na maging partner kaysa dun sa mga competitors mo. And dito din nakapaloob yung mga benefits na makukuha nila sa products mo.
Your business's value proposition is arguably the most important element of your overall marketing messaging. A value proposition tells prospects why they should do business with you rather than your competitors, and make the benefits of your products or services crystal clear from the outset.
The definition of value proposition in layman's term is the value proposition pertains to the benefits that customers would get upon buying a product as promised by the company who owns it. It is actually a statement which serves as a window for the consumer to see clearly what a certain brands could offer and its advantages over other competitors. So, ang overall definition pala ni value proposition, siya daw yung benefits na makukuha mo sa isang product na pinangako ng may-ari ng kumpanya.
The phrase value proposition is credited to Michael Lanning and Edward Michaels, who first used the term in 1988 staff paper for the consulting firm McKinsey & Co. In the paper, which was titled A Business is a Value Delivery System, the authors define value proposition as a clear, simple statement of the benefits, both tangible and intangible, that the company will provide. Along with the approximate price, it will change each customer segment for those benefits. Project benefits, tangible benefits, increased revenue, resources cost savings, hardware cost savings, software cost savings, productivity gain, process improvements, and sa intangible benefits, enhanced user experience, increased customer satisfaction, increased compliance, and brand equity. The value proposition, tangible and intangible benefits. Tangible benefits are those that can be measured in financial terms, while intangible benefits cannot be quantified directly in economic terms. These benefits include customer satisfaction. Ang mga tangible benefits, yung mga bagay na madaling tuusin o sukatin, katulad ng mga kita o yung mga pagtitipid, yung mga iba pang mga financial na bagay. Yung intangible benefits naman, yun yung mga benepisyo na hindi madaling sukatin, katulad ng kasiyahan ng mga customer sa mga nabili nila o nakuha, yung mga kasiyahan ng mga empleyado sa pagtatrabaho nila. Yun.
No one ever got rich working 9 to 5. The saying "no one ever got rich work 9 to 5" means that rather than depending only on the set salary, money can often be made by entrepreneurship, investing, or grabbing chance outside of typically business hours. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing, from Warren Buffett. This line from Warren Buffett highlights the value of information and experience in decision making, since it enables people to make well informed, less risky decisions and stay clear of errors.